Okay, so here's a question nobody asks, but should. If you were a Roman soldier, how much money did you actually take home? Because here's the thing, Rome had this genius recruiting pitch, right? Join the legions, serve for 20 years, get paid 225 denarii a year, and when you're done, boom, free land, you're set for life. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Especially if you're some kid from a nowhere village who's never seen that much money in one place. But here's what they don't tell you at the recruitment office, and this is where it gets interesting. That 225 denarii, that's your gross pay, your before taxes, before everything number. What you actually get to keep, that's a whole different story. So today, we're going to follow a guy named Marcus. He's 19, he just signed up, and he's about to learn how Roman military accounting works. And trust me, it's not what he expected. So Marcus signs up in the spring of 85 AD. He's stationed in Britain with the 20th Legion. Cold, rainy, kind of the armpit of the empire, but whatever, he's in. And on day one, they hand him the Viaticum. That's the sign-on bonus. 3 gold coins, 75 denarii worth. Now to put that in perspective, Marcus's dad was a tanner. He maybe made 40 denarii in a good year. So Marcus is holding almost 2 years of his father's salary in his hand on day one.
He's thinking, okay, yeah, I made the right choice. They kit him out. Full armor, shield, sword, helmet, 2 javelins, a dagger, belt, cloak, boots, the whole package. And here's what's wild. This gear is worth more than 2 years of his salary. It's legit valuable stuff. The mail armor alone costs a fortune.
So Marcus is feeling pretty good about himself. He's got money in his pocket, he's got professional military gear, he's officially a legionary. And then payday comes, 4 months later, and that's when reality hits.
All right, so here's how Roman military pay worked. You got paid 3 times a year, so 225 denarii divided by 3, that's 75 denarii per payment. Marcus lines up with his century, that's his unit, about 80 guys, and they hand out the money in the headquarters building. Very official. Standards on display, officers watching. Marcus is expecting his 75 denarii. He's already planning what to do with it. Send some home to mum, save the rest, maybe buy some wine.
Instead, they hand him a wax tablet, an itemized list, a pay stub, basically. And this is where things get complicated. First deduction, food, 20 denarii. Marcus is like, wait, what? I thought the army feeds us. And the clerk, this bored veteran who's done this 1,000 times, just looks at him and goes, oh, the army feeds you, and then you pay for it. Welcome to the legions, kid. So yeah, 60 denarii a year for food. That's your wheat, your barley, your olive oil, salt, vinegar for that nasty drink they give you, pasca, tastes like garbage. Occasionally some bacon, if you're lucky. You eat every day, you pay for every day. Next deduction, clothing and equipment upkeep. 5 denarii this payment period, 15 per year. Your tunic, not free. Your boots, those hobnailed collegae that let you march 20 miles a day, yeah, you're buying those. They wear out every 6 months if you're lucky. And British weather absolutely destroys leather, by the way. It's always raining, your boots are constantly wet, the hobnails fall out, you need new ones. Not free. Deducted. Then there's the burial club, 3 denarii. Now this one's actually kind of smart. It's basically life insurance. Every soldier pays into this fund, and if you die, battle, disease, construction accident, whatever, the fund pays for your cremation. You get a proper urn, a marker with your name on it, a funeral with honors. Otherwise, mass grave, no memorial, just gone. So it's morbid, yeah, but it's also practical. Romans were good at that. Okay, so let's do the math. Marcus started with 75 denarii. Minus 20 for food, minus 5 for clothing, minus 3 for burial club. That's 28 denarii gone right there. Then there's random stuff. Hay for the pack mules. The century shares animals, so everyone chips in. Oil for your armor, so it doesn't rust. Sharpening stones. Wax for your shield. Another 2 or 3 denarii easy. So Marcus walks away from his first payday with about 44 denarii. Maybe less. Less than 60% of what was promised. And he's just standing there with this little pile of coins in his hand, realizing that the deal isn't quite what it sounded like in the forum. Now here's where things get really fun. Because Marcus hasn't just got regular deductions, he's also got to worry about accidents. So, 6 months in, his century is doing drills. Testudo formation, that's where you lock shields overhead to block arrows. Very cool looking, very effective. Marcus is in the 3rd rank. He's tired. It's been a long day. His mind wanders for like 2 seconds. Formation breaks. He lowers his shield too fast. The edge catches the pommel of his sword, still in its scabbard at his hip. Sword falls, scabbard cracks on a rock. Later, when he checks the blade, there's a hairline fracture near the hilt. Not broken, but compromised. Dangerous in a fight. The centurion inspects it. Doesn't yell, doesn't have to. Just says, "Replacement Gladius, 20 denarii, next payday." 20 denarii. That's almost half of Marcus's actual take-home pay. Gone, because he got distracted for 5 seconds during a drill. And here's the thing. The Legion doesn't care if it was an accident. There's no insurance for this, no "oops, my bad" clause. You break it, you buy it. End of story. So now Marcus is looking at his next payment, 44 denarii minus 20 for the sword. 24 denarii left for 4 months of work. 24 denarii. That's when he starts to understand the real math of military life. It's not about what you earn, it's about what's left after the empire takes its cut.
But here's where Marcus gets smart. Because there's one thing the Roman military actually does right: banking. See, most soldiers don't keep their money on them. Too easy to lose, too tempting to blow on dice games or wine or those establishments outside the fort. So you give it to the signifer. Now the signifer is the standard bearer. He's the guy who carries the legion's eagle into battle. Super important job, massive responsibility. But he's also the unit banker. He keeps a ledger, a big leather-bound book, and every soldier who wants to save money hands it over to him. He records it, locks it in the strongbox, and it sits there, safe, until you need it or until you're discharged. No interest. It's not like a modern bank. You're not earning anything on your deposits, but it's also not getting stolen, and you're not gambling it away. And that matters. So Marcus starts giving the signifer every spare denarii he's got. 24 one payment, 30 the next, 42 after that when he has a good stretch with no equipment disasters. And slowly, really slowly, the balance grows. Year 1, 120 denarii saved. Year 2, 250 total. Year 3, almost 400. It's not fast, it's not exciting, but it's real. And for a kid from a tanner's family who never had 20 denarii to his name, watching that number climb in the ledger, it means something.
Fast forward, Marcus is now 7 years in, he's 26, he's seen some stuff. He's marched from one end of Britain to the other, he's built roads, he's stood guard on Hadrian's wall in freezing rain, he's been in one actual fight, a skirmish with raiders. 2 guys in his century died, he didn't. Pure luck, honestly. His savings with the signifer, 840 denarii. That's more money than his father earned in 20 years of back-breaking work. So yeah, it's something, it's real money. But Marcus has got 13 more years to go. 13 more years of deductions, 13 more years of hoping he doesn't break anything expensive. And here's the thing, the money is not really why he's staying. The real prize is the land. That's what Rome promises every veteran who completes 20 years, a plot of land. 20 jugera, that's about 12 acres, enough for a farm, a house, a family. Somewhere in Britain or Gaul or Italy, there's a piece of earth with Marcus's name on it, waiting. That's what keeps you going through the deductions, through the broken swords, through the endless drills in the rain. Now look, I'm not going to romanticize it. The pay system was brutal, the deductions were real, the math didn't lie. You signed up for 225 denarii and you walked away with maybe 120 after everything. That's just how it was. But here's the thing. For a lot of guys like Marcus, it was still the best deal available. Because what's the alternative? Go back to tanning hides for 40 denarii a year with zero prospect of owning anything? Rome didn't lie, exactly. They told you the salary, they just didn't mention all the ways they'd take it back. But if you could survive the accounting, If you could make it through 20 years of deductions and broken equipment and burial club fees, you walked away with something your ancestors never had: independence, property, a place in the world.
So, was it worth it? Marcus doesn't know yet. He's only 7 years in. Ask him again in 13 years when he's standing on his own land. But here's what he does know. The cost was real. The poverty between the promise and the payout was brutal. And he stayed anyway. They all stayed anyway, because sometimes the long road is the only road out.